Okay, I can tell you the purpose of this training though is that we do this annually. We fit test annually. And that's so we're in compliance with the OSHA rule 1910-134. Okay, I will be glad to do this training for you anytime you request, or if you feel like you need to be retrained. We will fit test you annually or at your request, especially if you have, I don't know, a facelift. Okay? I'm planning on having a facelift, so I will need to be fit tested again. Or if, let's just say, you just don't feel like your mask is fitting you well, okay? Then I will definitely fit test you again. So, this whole OSHA standard is to protect you. And it's our requirement, well, your employer's requirement, to protect you from airborne contaminants, because we know that we may expose you in public health to airborne contaminants. So we have this program. We try to eliminate the airborne contaminants with our HVAC system. We have a great HVAC system here. But, you know, if people bring the airborne contaminant inside, then the HVAC system is probably not going to work that well. Or if you're in a closed room, we want to make sure that you're protected. So therefore, we may ask you to wear a mask, okay? These are some of the respiratory contaminants that we know you may be exposed to in public health. Now, I hope that you're not exposed to the first, 5 of them, okay? I hope you never are exposed to those, because if you are, then that means we're doing a lot of different things that day. But as you can tell, the last one is TB, and we have a lot of people in this health department that are exposed to TB on a regular basis. We have TB nurses, we have interpreters, we have people that work in the lab, and so these people are exposed to TB, and so this training is a little bit more important to them. Now, we buy a lot of N95s, and we like to buy N95s because we feel like if we're buying them, then you guys are using them, and that you're changing out your mask appropriately, right? So once you go in a room, when you leave that room, you take that mask off, you put it in the trash can, and you put a new mask on, right? That's the standard. We're not trying to be chingy. We want to use the mask. We want you to be changing the mask out appropriately. And the mask that we buy, like I said, meets a national standard. So we feel good about that. And it also meets the CDC TB standard, okay? So we know we're buying the right mask. Now, there are limitations to the mask. And the first limitation is they don't protect you from oil or vapor. Now, I was going through this with my husband last night, and I said, it won't protect you from mustard gas. And he said, Pat, is everybody 60 years old in their room? I said, no. He said, then have them and they're going to know what mustard gas is. Do you guys know what mustard gas is? Yep. Yeah. And if you don't, think about chlorine. It's not going to protect you from gases or vapors, right? So if we have a chlorine spill out here, don't run and get your mask, because it's not going to do you any good. Okay? Forget I said that. That's not going to happen. So how the mask fits and how long you wear the mask also, that could be a limitation. That's the reason that we're very careful about fit testing you. We want to make sure that mask is fitting you appropriately, okay? The other thing is you have to be clean shaven to wear this mask, to wear an N95 mask, because the mask just kind of adheres to your face. But if you have a little bit of stubble, even a day's growth, it won't adhere to your face. So you have to be clean shaven. Please, please do not come to fit testing clean shaven and then try to wear a mask when you're going into a room with a TB patient. and not be clean shaven, okay? Because you're just exposing yourself. So this is a pretty long, drawn-out process, this whole respiratory protection program. You have to be medically approved to wear an N95. That means Dr. Senya has to look at a 3-page medical evaluation on you before I can fit test you. She looks at everyone's medical evaluation. Now, we have gotten to the place where every 5 years we're asking people to update their medical evaluation because the questionnaire, because we were going 10 and 15 years, and I don't know about you folks, but I've changed a lot since I was 45, okay? I'm 60, and believe me, I've changed a lot since I was 45. So we're trying to update those medical evaluations every 5 years now. So after you have a medical evaluation, you fill it out. Within that 5-year period, you can always sign a no change form, okay? So we're not going to ask you to do a medical evaluation every year. But Dr. Senya is going to look at that one that you have in your folder, the most current one. Okay, and after she gives the okay, they can be fit tested. She fills out a form and says, okay, you can fit test them, Pat. There's 2 ways that we can fit test. We've tried to start only using the quantitative, the last picture there, the machine. It's much more efficient. It's not subjective at all. The machine tells us whether that mask is fitting you or not. And I'll tell you why I think that's important. I'm a nurse, and I used to work in the hospital. There'd be a million things going on. They say, it's time to fit test, and I'll be like, darn. I got some nurses' notes to do, and I get off in 45 minutes, and I got to hang that antibiotic, and I don't want to stay here any longer than I have to. So I run in, and they squirt the stuff in the hood, and they're like, can you taste it? I was like, no. I could taste it. And once you taste it, you can get that taste out of your mouth. You're going to have to be fit tested another day. So I'd be like, no, not really. So I know people, and I know people, sort of exaggerate sometimes that they don't taste it, or you're not sure if you can taste it or not. I mean, if somebody says, do you have a taste in your mouth? Do you taste anything? You're like, I don't know. So with this machine, we know whether that is fitting you appropriately or not. And plus, we have some really good computer printouts that we put in your jacket. And so, much better way to fit test you. Okay, now, they did this on purpose. They gave me 2 things to hold on purpose, so I could not really demonstrate how to put on a mask. All right, so you hold the mask in your hand, you cup it. You put it down around your chin, and now you got it anchored on your chin, and you pull it up to your nose. And you take the top strap and you drop it on the top of your head. You take that bottom strap and you pull it all the way over to the nape of your neck, or vice versa. Anyway, the top one goes to the top of your head and the bottom one goes to the nape of your neck. Now with both hands, has she gotten that far yet? Okay. With both hands, not this hand, and then you, like that, right? Because all you're doing is pushing it one way and then you push it another. So don't be lazy, take both hands and mold that thing to your face. Once you get it molded really good to your face, I want you to take a really good deep breath in. So we're going to create a little negative pressure and pull that mask right into to fit your face nicely, right? That's what's going to create your seal. Now, before you go in a room with a TB patient or somebody that has a plague or whatever, wait for about 4 or 5 minutes after you get that mask on. Just take a deep breath, relax, and let that mask adhere to your face. All right? You'll have a much better fitted mask that way. And we just talked about checking the seal on your mask. So, removing your mask. Now, you don't want to be touching the mask because it's got all those particulates on it, right? That you were trying to protect yourself from. So what you do is you take your fingers and run it up the side of your ear between your face and those straps, and you stand right beside the trash can. I want y'all to practice this. Stand right beside the trash can, and then you pull that thing off your face and drop it in the trash can. Okay, now, I can tell you, ladies, after you do this, go look in the mirror, because you do not want to go back in to where people are, because your hair is going to be all kind of messed up. So, all right, now the masks we buy. So, when I started 6 years ago, we used to meet with our other first responder community partners, and we came up with this plan because we'd all just gone through H1N1 and Ebola and some other things were going on. And so we decided that for a continuity of operations, we would try to all start using one mask. And of course they picked the most expensive mask, and I was like, guys, this is coming out of my budget. Can we, go with the duckbill mask or something like that? And they were like, no, this mask fits better, and it's a much better mask, and it fits more people. And that is very true. So most of the time, the mask that you'll get will come in a foil, and it's in its own foil. So what we're going to ask you to do is just take it back to your desk and keep it at your desk, okay? Now, if the mask that fits you doesn't come in a foil, we're going to put it in a bag, and we're going to give you the mask in the bag, and we're going to say, take it to your desk and keep it in your desk, because if you keep it in your car, it's going to get really hot or really cold, and it's, going to mess your mask up. I do keep a spreadsheet on when everyone was fit tested, when they go through the training, and what kind of mask everyone wears that is fit tested. So I'm going to ask Marcia if her group can put that Excel spreadsheet on our intranet, because there's a respiratory fit button there. So I'm going to put the spreadsheet in there, if Marcia can do that for me. And put the PowerPoint in there, so when you guys are feeling like you need to do some remediation, you can do that. And that's all I got.